I used to think that God tells me what to do. And I actually just don't think that's the case anymore. I think God more tells us how to be. And when we act from a place of being with God, we know what to do. What we do works out. Have you ever noticed that when you act from guilt or anxiety, when you're in this place of guilt and anxiety and you take actions from that place, that there's no end to it. It just keeps going. It's like, I've talked about this before, how like when you're doing things for people in a place of guilt, like it's just never enough. You will never be satisfied. That guilt is hungry. It's a hungry ghost, right? So acting from a place of guilt and anxiety just doesn't work for us. Like we don't want to keep the trauma going. I was listening to Heather Ensworth the other day. She's an amazing astrologer. I believe she's also a psychologist because she really gets the psychology of the times right now. She talks about how the United States was created by people who were in trauma, who were leaving Europe and they were in trauma. And what happens when you leave something from a traumatic place is they ended up recreating the trauma. Like they were the victims and then they became the perpetrators. This happens in families all the time, right? When somebody is abused as a child and that child swears they will never do that, and then they end up doing the same thing. So this is the psychology of the time. We need to stop acting from trauma, right? It's not blaming anybody. Nobody's right or wrong. It's just this energy of trauma that when we act from it, it just keeps going. That's why there's no peace in the world, because we don't have inner peace. And if we can look within ourselves right now, like we are microcosms of what's going on in the world. So for the world to have peace, we have to have inner peace. It's just how it's going to have to work. So we need to be acting from a place of peace and wholeness. So sometimes I even think this might be slightly controversial, but I don't like being controversial. I don't like being controversial at all. But if you think about the word activist, it means to activate, right? So we're activating the problem. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be an activist, but what kind of activist are you? Are you acting from a place of trauma, or are you acting from a place of peace and wholeness and standing up for what's right from that place, right? So this is what we need to be doing, is we don't want to perpetuate the trauma. We want to bring the vertical into the world. So we want to bring God into the world through us. So we need to stop thinking, we need to stop judging, analyzing, and criticizing, and start being in this new consciousness in order to anchor it in onto the planet. And a great way to do this is to turn off the phone, turn off the news, and to go be in nature. Yesterday, I felt activated, like I was on my phone too much. And I put my phone away and I went outside. It was a beautiful day here, and I potted some plants. And I had my hand in potting soil. So Pam Gregory talks about bare feet on the grass. Get your hands in the dirt. Connect with nature. This is a perfect way right now to anchor in a new consciousness on the planet. We want to be modern day mystics. There's this book, A Course in Mysticism and Miracles, Begin Your Soul Adventure by John Mundy. I always have a new book. My clients are always laughing because they're like, Elizabeth's reading a book. What about that? What do you know about that? I'm always reading a book. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to read this because we want to be modern day mystics. This is called A Course in Mysticism and Miracles. We want to be modern day mystics right now. We want to actually experience spirituality. We want to bring it in, right? I have a friend who posted something really good yesterday. I'm going to put it below, about how we need like a wild spirituality right now. It's really good what she wrote about how she talks about Buddha and what Buddha did and what people who follow Jesus did. Like we need this wild spirituality. Okay, but in this book about mysticism, he talks about, from the mystic's point of view, our job is one of loving the world rather than looking to condemn it or seeking to transform it. And this is from A Course in Miracles, Peace on Earth. Do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do? Do you not want to give it to the world as much as you want to receive it? For unless you do, you will not receive it. If you want to have it of me, you must give it. So that means we must feel it ourselves. It's not selfish to feel peaceful, okay? So we must feel peace in order to expand it into this world. I hope this was helpful today. I never introduced myself. My name is Elizabeth Cermak. I'm a psychotherapist and life coach here to talk about inner peace, inner and outer peace, right? Okay, so go out there and do it. I hope this was helpful. And I'm sending all my love and all my peace to you today. Peace and love.